Hello, guys. My name is Dante, and welcome to the Outcasted. I'm here with Makai,
Hi.
Joseph,
Yo, what's up?
and Stefan.
Hello, my friends.
And today, we're going to begin by talking about our week. Who wants to begin?
Okay, I guess I'll start. Um, I had, cause like it's been like 2 weeks since when we recorded in the studio or like recorded at all for like the podcast. So like quite a lot has happened. College wise, life wise. The biggest thing that's on the top of my mind right now, and like the one that like I wanted to talk about the most was like I had like it was during spring break because like we just got off our spring break, which was only 3 days in hindsight, not including the weekend. And during that those 4 days, including the weekend, I had like an anime binge.
What did you watch? What did you watch?
I watched some episodes of Cowboy Bebop, and then I watched the Cowboy Bebop movie,
Right.
but I didn't finish it yet. I don't know why. It's mostly because it's because I started Black Lagoon right after.
How far did you get into it?
In Black Lagoon,
No, the Cowboy Bebop movie.
I finished the Cowboy Bebop movie. I'm just
I thought
like
you
three
said you
episodes.
didn't finish.
No,
it.
I'm 3 episodes away from finishing the series.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever watched a Cowboy Bebop movie.
You're supposed
Yeah.
to like watch it between episodes 22 and 23.
Who said that?
That's when the movie came out.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, so it's like a Dragon Ball movie, or like they released the movie
yeah.
in part with the series.
Is
Yeah.
it canon? Like, does it flow well with the timeline of Cowboy Bebop, the
Yeah.
anime?
It's like the movie is like follows a storyline that like a man is basically trying to spread a virus and to like to kill the world, to like do something about a cult. What are you smiling for?
I'm trying to swallow my water.
No, yeah. So like he's just trying. He has a super virus and he's trying to destroy the rest of the world with it. I think.
That sounds like
Why are you
Scarecrow.
Why are you closing the cap of water like that, bro? It looked like you were about to pour it on your phone.
Anyway?
That was wild. Anyway, so yeah, and I watched Black Lagoon, which is one of the best things I've ever watched. It's like Black Lagoon is like so good. It's wild. Black Lagoon is basically about like these traveling mercenaries that like kind of like help they like take jobs for money. Just like they just retrieve things for people. And like they the first episode is like they pick up some guy, like just some nobody that is later named, what's my man's name?
You don't know his name?
I forgot his name. He called
Call him Jerry.
oh yeah, Jerry. He looked like a Jerry anyway. Like they picked up Jerry or whatever cuz he gave him a nickname. And just like the whole episode about is like the duality between him and the crew, like cuz he has like such a mundane way of life before he got into like the gang with these pirates. And the last anime that like I binged was Berserk, and I finished the series like a day a couple episodes before I'm going to anime club this weekend, which was like another thing that we did last week. It was really good. I'm going to be talking about more about Berserk a little later on in the podcast.
You probably shouldn't spoil it. Just talk about it though.
Yeah.
Because you're prone to spoiling things.
I'm not that prone to spoiling things.
Yes, you
You
are.
spoiled Death Note for me.
I didn't mean to do that.
You spoiled
You're just a failure, and you had your ears open when I said
You
it.
spoiled Infinity.
I
You
didn't
spoiled
spoil
Endgame
Infinity
for-
War.
You spoiled Endgame for Joseph.
I feel
I
like
didn't. What do you mean?
I feel like you
You said
spoil
something
stuff
about-
subconsciously without
Yeah.
knowing sometimes.
You can get like too excited, like, hey, this character died, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I made like jokes. We made so many jokes around Joseph. I don't think he actually got spoiled.
I mean, we or you?
No, him. Cause he's saying like I spoiled something for Joseph like about Endgame. I haven't even watched Endgame, so I don't know any spoilers.
I don't know what Dante's talking about, but you spoiled Berserk.
I
Like a
didn't.
pretty important thing for Berserk. for
That's
Joseph.
not important.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
The
Mental trauma to a character isn't important.
I mean, it's somewhat important, but
Somewhat.
you find it out pretty quickly. It's in the
How
second
quickly?
volume.
Oh,
It's
I
not that
mean,
big of a
maybe.
detail. It's like
It's like
big
saying
detail character wise. I'm not telling you about a character's death or anything.
so it'll be like saying Deku eats All Might's hair.
Yeah, like, dude, what? Dude, don't tell me that, bro. Like, why does he eat his hair, bro? What's going on there?
You'll know when you read
So
the first
what
three
else?
pages.
What else
bro.
did you do in your week?
Um, the biggest thing like this week is that like I kind of reimagined my album because like I do music, and I think I mentioned that in the first episode. But like yeah, I do music, and like I reimagined the album Steph, which is something I've been working on like all school year. I
Right.
came up with it in like I came up with the concept for the album in September, which at the beginning of September, like it was just like an EP, probably like 9 tracks with like a few songs, just like because I needed to like get I had to get like a steady body of work out there, like just for like people to listen to, you know.
What is stuff about?
Um, that's what I'm kind of like going over because like stuff has kind of like changed and morphed like since its inception, and you guys like saw like one of the latest installments and like when I presented it at school.
Right.
So like stuff like was just like a bunch of songs in the beginning, and then it kind of morphed into like okay, I'm gonna like kind of talk about like all these things. It like featured songs like Homegrown and Family Ties, where I like go into detail about my family experiences and like how I feel about my family, and the biggest iteration change was like the concept of like
Mhm.
3 sections, like which was the happy, like the depressed section, the angry section, and then the happy section that was like hopeful and gleeful, and that's what I talked about during what do you yeah, the presentation. So like I talked about like how yeah, I'm gonna be talking about like all the sadness, like why I'm sad, like just talking about like me being a lone wolf in Philadelphia, me being like distance from my family, and then like talk about me being angry with like Philadelphia, being angry with like with school and like how friends are treating me, and then like talking about like my suicidal intentions and stuff, my suicidal ideas and whatever. And then like we what are you smiling for? You are a
no,
bum.
no.
Please keep
No,
going.
but like
Don't do that.
and what the last section I was gonna just try to figure out like a way how to be hopeful, but like and that was like the album. It was kind of like it kind of like made sense in my mind, but like it felt like it was it was lacking in like a lot of areas. And recently I scrapped the entire idea because I came up with this idea that has become massively easier for me to write, and it also like is helping me with my story writing. And basically Steph is like the whole track list that I showed you guys like during that presentation
Mm-hmm.
is completely scrapped. People probably don't know what I'm talking about right now, but like I had like a track list with 15 albums, like
15
featuring
albums or songs?
15
15
albums.
songs,
Oh no.
right.
15
albums.
songs. Yeah, but like I just scrapped that. And right now like I have a concept of like cuz it's based on like a real story. Like it's based on like this story of like me going to when I was like in I think 7th or 8th grade. I remember like I wasn't good at math. I'm still pretty bad at math, but like I was so bad at math to the point that like as a child I was depressed every time I went to math class because like every time I got the problems on the paper I felt so intimidated by what I saw on the paper that it made me like super depressed and like man, I should have spent all my time as a kid like really putting my best foot forward and like not playing around on like cool math and playing like Papa's Pizzeria and stuff like
Pop Tropica.
yeah,
Yeah.
Pop Tropica, like while the teachers were talking and stuff. And I remember like specifically one day in math class, I instead of like doing the problem, I forgot what prompted me to do this, but I wrote like a little note to my teacher saying that I was like I hate this class so much. I think this is what I say. I'm paraphrasing. I hate this class so much. I rather kill myself than do these problems. And that prompted my teacher to talk to a counselor.
Well, that's
And
good.
yeah,
Like, they did
exactly.
something about it.
But they took me out of school and they put me in this program outside of school for kids like me that were all depressed. Like they were depressed and had anger issues, and like basically they took me out of school just to be with people like so they can try to help me get into a more stable mindset and figure out my problems. So it was like kind of a therapy type place or whatever.
So how are you gonna incorporate that into
Yeah.
your album?
Basically, it's kind of I was thinking about like making it take place in 2014, but actually like it's kind of ambiguous. Not making it like ambiguous in which like where it took place, because I'm kind of incorporating events from like all over my life that has massively impacted me. So how I'm finna flip the script on this is that like for the story I was thinking on making the camp, like making this place into like a camp.
Right.
Like I still got taken out of like school because of the suicidal letter, but like I'm changing the people that I meet, and the main characters are Steph, which is me, and Juan and Glasses, and a girl named Shades. Juan is a person that represents all my anger and like frustrations in life. Glasses is like my narcissism and my big ego and like that complex, and Shades is based on a girl that like kind of like split me and my friends up. And I kind of don't want to like give away my whole concept, because like I don't want to like put too much pressure on myself, because like I feel like whenever I like get a concept, I like blurt it all out like to like as many people as possible, and then like I feel intimidated because like now they're gonna be like, oh, you scrapped that? Oh,
Right.
that was so good. Like, you know, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, it just wasn't working out, and like I just feel
Right.
intimidation and stuff. But like so basically I'm just gonna like kind of leave it at that. Like the concept is like I'm in a club and I meet these people and things happen,
Right.
and like I'm taking inspiration from a bunch of like life events that me, Dante, and Makai went through with us getting jumped. Remember that?
So real
Yeah,
quick,
so
real
like
quick, where is this gonna be? Like, how can our viewers find this?
this is gonna be on my YouTube channel that you can like find by typing in TSCF on YouTube. And right now it's not like letting us show our channel exactly. Like it doesn't even show our channel when you type in like the shit taker shit live.
We'll put in
So, like,
description just
yeah.
in case.
So like
Yeah.
you're just gonna find the channel.
Yeah.
The name of my band is called the shit comes first. And yeah, so we got a we got a whole album
Right.
coming out this summer or something. But like yeah, that's what I've been mostly doing all weekend. And like I managed to like not eight yet, but I wrote a good portion of like the album so far. So 6 tracks in right now.
Which one's your favorite?
My favorite right now probably Takes Juan to Know Juan.
Huh.
So that's
I
gonna be like an aggressive album, since that's your aggressive side, right?
That's gonna be that's an aggressive track actually. But
Right.
like yeah, so basically I can talk about that track because it's done, and I'm trying to figure out like which one to release, like which track to release as a single, because I'm gonna like release a single from that section, like where I'm talking to the therapist. Takes Juan to Know Juan is basically Juan detailing like his life, basically in a way kind of saying, nah, I don't want to like talk about like myself. But then like as he continues talking, he just slowly opens up more and he doesn't notice. So like he talks about like the death of like his grandmother and how much it's affected him, and like how much it's put strains on his family,
Mm-hmm.
and like how it like it's kind of changed him as a person, how it led to him not caring as much for other people and stuff. And I just really like how it came out. So yeah, that's been my week. And like right now I'm kind of like running around like doing a bunch of college stuff. Like I'm trying to get into Cabrini. So I like sent that application out, and like hopefully oh yeah. We mentioned last time I applied to Millersville. Didn't get in.
Yeah.
Love it.
They're missing out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yo,
Those
Millersville. Hit me when I'm famous, bruh.
Okay, so-
just gonna tell you that right now, bruh.
Do you remember what they rejected you for?
I don't know.
Oh,
Right.
They said something about like I didn't like have like enough A's or like whatever. Like I didn't have like, cause like they must have like a B average or something.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna be average. Maybe.
Ooh. So something's something is fishy. That's kind of tricky.
Wait, what?
That's a
But
song.
anyways, like that
But yeah.
was I'm great that you were able to share your weekend like that. That was very great that you're able to
Mhm.
make so much progress on
Yeah.
that project of yours,
Yeah.
the
And
album.
it's like it's gonna like help me a lot with my personal growth as well.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not gonna say exactly I'm not gonna say exactly like what I'm planning, but like at the end of it all, like it's probably gonna turn like one of these like one of them is gonna turn into like self help type thing. Like I'm gonna write this and like try to heal as I'm writing it. And all my boys working hard. All my boys in Tissip. Shout out to Joshua and all of them. And shout out to them boys at Starco. If you guys are listening, love you guys. You guys working hard. Shout out to Jesse and
Same.
Tom and all of them. Engage.
Me too.
All right, shut you. I'm gonna fight you, bro.
All right.
All right, so the next person next to me.
Right,
Joseph.
I'll start with my week.
Go ahead.
So, my weekend, like spring break, was kind of uneventful for
Mhm.
me. I didn't really do anything, but I started meditating again.
That's good.
Yeah, for like
Stopped at a point.
yeah, I stopped at a point because I felt like it wasn't helping me. But I found a new way to meditate.
Which is
So, for my college class, we were doing an essay on meditation, right?
Mhm.
And I started doing a lot of research on the area of meditation and mindfulness. And
Yeah.
apparently, and this guy, he made a counter argument against meditation that it's helpful, but the fact that you're basically training your mind to dismiss certain thoughts is kind of harmful, because the person who made this counter argument, he was deep into the meditating culture. Like he would even go to the temples where they would meditate and stuff, and
Yeah.
he would find out that like the people who were his mentors were not like the masters of meditation. They would usually have this dismissive attitude about them. For example, while he was going to one of the temples to meditate, one of the master's cars, like they were making this funny sound while they were going over there.
Mhm.
And the master, since he has this attitude, was like this dismissive, like kind of optimistic attitude. He was like, "Oh, don't worry, the car is fine. Just don't think about it, right?" And the guy, like he wrote like, that's what meditation, like it trains you to like have thoughts in your back of your head but not pay them attention.
Yeah.
And
Ignore
his
important things.
and that car, like that sound could mean something. So he's basically saying that when you meditate, instead of trying to dismiss those thoughts, you should ponder on them instead and try to understand why you might feel that way and where that thought is coming from, instead of just saying like, "Oh, that's a thought. I'm just going to focus on my breathing."
Yeah.
And there's several ways. There's like like people try to categorize meditation into like three forms. Like there's focused meditation where you just focus on one specific thing, whether
Mhm.
that's your breath or that's an object.
Yeah.
And then there's meditation of feeling where you like focus on how your body feels in a certain position and whatnot.
Yeah. The app Headspace kind of focuses on like those types of meditation.
Yeah. I used to use those.
Yeah.
And then there's that meditation where you're more so focusing on your thoughts, which should go well with the focus meditation, but it's the one where you focus on how you're feeling and what's going through your head at the time.
Mhm.
And that's the one he's trying to promote.
Yeah, cause like I think I've known a couple people who like I forgot what it's called, but like I think there was this this exercise where like you hide your phone, or like you take your phone and like you turn it off and like you avoid every distraction, and the only thing you are like you're only allowed to oh, it's called like the boring exercise, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like where you're only allowed to do like things that don't enthrall excitement in you. So you can't read books, you can't watch TV, you can't use your phone, you can't even eat anything exciting. Like the thing that you should use for nutrients is probably bread and water.
Wouldn't that kind
And,
of kill
like,
creativity a little bit?
Maybe a little bit, but the exercise is not to like get creativity. The exercise is mostly to put you in a place of discomfort so you can like if like it's mostly for like if you're having problems like personally with like with yourself. So like if you're having problems like addressing a certain issue. It's supposed to like leave you like with no distractions. So like all you have is to focus on those thoughts. And like what you're supposed to be doing is like you're supposed to use a pencil and a piece of paper, and like you're supposed to like write your feelings down. So like you're supposed to ignore all the exciting things in your life,
Mm-hmm.
and you're supposed to like focus on your problems and like let them make you uncomfortable, just so you can like figure out what exactly about these thoughts are making you uncomfortable. So like if like your friend did something mean to you, and like or like your friend said something rude to you and you can't quite figure out why it upset you, like the exercise is supposed to make you like figure out like why did that upset me,
Yeah.
like why did that hit me so hard.
Like reflecting on
Yeah,
things.
it's like if it's forced reflection type of exercise.
Yeah. So another thing that I did
Mm-hmm.
this week was read Animal Farm by George
Hey,
Orwell,
that's
and
good.
I finished it. That book is like it puts things into perspective.
Yeah. We
Like-
can you want to like have the discussion later, or do you want to continue?
Uh,
'Cause,
I'll,
like,
I'll
me-
touch on it briefly.
Yeah, me, Dante. No, me, Makai, and you have read so far.
I'll talk about it briefly, like just give a description.
Got you.
Basically, it's about like these animals on this farm, and the farmer is kind of mistreating them
Mm-hmm.
in a way, and the animals are tired of it, right? So they form a rebellion,
A revolt.
which then they overthrow the farmers temporarily, at that point, and then they
Is it
start.
temporarily?
Yeah, it was temporarily at first, and then the farmers came back, but then they
Oh yeah, they came back and they tried again to
They
like
tried
retake
again.
the farm, but
Right.
they didn't succeed.
they didn't succeed. So
Yeah.
so the animals are still in there, and this whole thing started because one pig like stood up. He was on like his like he was upon death, and he had a dream that he's envisioned a world where animals were roaming England, I believe,
Beast of
freely.
England.
Yeah, beast of like freely without any slaughtering or anything. And he set up these rules, which then gets changed over time once he dies. Like once he dies and the animals take over, the other pigs start taking control, and then the rules start shifting, and that's when the book gets juicy in my opinion. But like we'll talk about it later,
Mhm.
but
We'll go more in depth. Like
Well,
we're gonna
yeah,
have
we'll
like a little
yeah.
discussion mid podcast maybe.
right.
About, like novels like that. Probably during the cell. Should we do it during the cell?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do it during the cell.
But like at towards the end of the book, you start to see like the pigs who are the ones controlling everything, they start to become similar to the original owner of that farm, and it's
Mhm.
kind of crazy.
Spoilers for Animal Farm,
Yeah,
which is like
yeah, spoilers.
60 years old. I
Yeah.
60 or something. I don't know.
But yeah, if you're a listener and you're trying to get a good read, you should check out that book. That book
Mhm.
is amazing. This isn't a sponsor, by the way.
Sponsor for Animal Farm. Sponsor for George Orwell, who is dead.
Is he? I don't know. He might be.
He
Uh,
is.
He's a great writer.
Yeah.
He's a great writer.
My week.
Yeah,
Let's see.
it's your turn.
Okay, so I started reading 1984 by George
Hey.
Orwell.
Right.
This has been an Orwellian type of weekend.
My opinion on the book, it's a great storytelling environment, but I don't like it.
It sets up an atmosphere, but like why don't you like it?
Why don't you like it?
Yeah, what's
It's incredibly boring to read. There's no
maybe
other-
if like you listen to the audiobook, because the like maybe I would suggest watching the movie, but I think the movie turns it more into a romance. You look distraught
like
saying
I
that
like
it's a bad read.
I like the book.
Uh-huh.
Like I enjoy it,
Uh-huh.
but it's boring. Like the way George Orwell writes out the main character's story is just like he goes about his every single thought and every single
Mm.
action, and it's just like I want to read the plot
Yeah.
of the book.
I
and
think
just,
it's I think it's not because like it's kind of almost in a way not for our generation, but like also for our generation. But like our generation has become desensitized to like reading exactly thought for thought like what the main character is thinking. It was
exactly.
like mainly for people who what's it called?
We're-
Totalitarianism?
I'd say
Oh,
that we're
man.
used to. I say that we're used to like the what's the author name of Harry Potter?
J.K. Rowling.
J.K.
The
Rowling.
J.K. Rowling style of storytelling,
Mm-hmm.
where she like uses, what is it? She uses like, is it abstract?
Kind of Like, what
not
you
like
trying to get
abstract.
at?
Like she uses hard, like concrete words, right,
Mm-hmm.
to like describe a character's feelings and stuff. Like like she avoids like being too wordy, and it's like we're used to that now, like the quick style of storytelling.
I'm like thinking about this word and I can't pronounce it.
What is it?
Hold on, wait. There you go. All right.
Wait,
Like,
isn't that
totalitarianism.
isn't that a form of government?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
that's some type of government that 1984 is kind of going against, and that's like what George Orwell was like writing to
Yeah.
like get away from. Like he was like writing in protest. Like this is the world on totalitarianism. Like and like he was as detailed for like the world at that point.
Care to define what that word means?
I'll do it. I have it. A system. Okay, totalitarianism. Okay, that is a system of government that is centralized and dictatorial and requires complete subservience to the state. So basically, what that means is that there's usually a dictator
Yeah.
or a king
We haven't
who
met that
has
person.
absolute power in the country. They
You
make
haven't
the
met that person?
rules.
No, at least as far as as far as I am in the book, we haven't.
You
met-
have. It's Big Brother.
No, like the guy at the top.
Yeah, that's Big Brother.
That's
But yeah.
that's the
Oh.
party.
But yeah, they
oh
have
yeah, it's an
complete.
idea of a guy.
That's
Yeah.
that's the party. Like that's what the government. That's what the government is. But like, who
Hmm.
runs the government?
But
Like, is
basically.
it a group of people? Is it one person?
I just
Like,
got deja vu.
Ooh.
I
But-
forgot this is
yeah.
a whole podcast.
But
on
basically,
headspace.
that one person runs the whole government, and sometimes it doesn't have to be one person. It could be a one-party system, which
Yeah.
means that one party rules the state, and it'll always elect each other. It
Mhm.
could also be a family of people, kind of like if you think about
Like a
Animal Farm again, like the pigs.
Mhm.
It could be like that, like one family.
And I think that was like, I think 1984 is about totalitarianism, and like 1984 is about capitalism. No, it's about communism.
is it?
I believe.
Wait,
so.
you just said the book twice. You mean Animal Farm?
Yeah, Animal Farm is about capitalism, and
Yeah.
1984 is about totalitarianism. Or
It's-
totalitarianism.
Oh, that was confusing. What you just said because
On-
it threw me off.
I'm like, oh man, I'm drinking something.
There's a specific term for that. I think it's oligarchy. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but
No.
anyway, 1984. It's a good read, but like I'm trying to get through it, and it's like really hard. 'Cause
Yeah.
I just can't find anything.
It
that
kind of
interests me.
drags. Yeah,
It drags on a while.
cause like, I
It
think
feels like when I'm reading the book, it's kind of interesting when they like discover a new thing, but like it's kind of
it's
I feel
kind of
like-
like
I feel like I've been rereading the same chapter over and over and over.
It's kind of like reading, cause like, I think it's probably best described like with the quote from the book. Like, think about like a big boot stumping on your face for all of eternity.
I've
By the
never
way, it
heard
was
that.
nepotism.
I haven't
Uh,
heard that in the book. You just
You haven't
spoiled
seen
me.
that?
You just spoiled me.
That's in the beginning of the book.
Is it?
Yeah,
When?
I think that's like chapter 2.
Maybe. Alton Dante, how's your week?
That was your whole week.
That's my only highlight.
There's you were gone for 2 weeks.
Was I?
Yeah.
Oh right. What else did I do? I went to school.
Young bull stains
I breathed.
dripping out the wazoo.
Dante. on you.
Y'all some bums. Y'all should be
Clowns.
riding a train. On this
Yeah.
rate. All right, before I talk about my week, I would like to thank all of our watchers. You know, we got like 70 views last time.
Let's get a round of applause for ourselves.
Yes.
If you don't start clapping,
who me?
yeah, you
Oh,
get some claps going.
But he's the one who said it.
Yeah, yeah, good job. What if we clapping for him? Clapping for us.
so we're one step closer to being the
Monetizable.
cool kids. I mean, yeah, that too.
Monetized.
Oh
Something
wait, we
else.
can't do that
We're
yet.
nowhere near that. What are y'all talking about?
We're gonna be monetizable
We're
like when we
very
get to
near.
college.
We're gonna be monetized tomorrow when this podcast is uploaded.
This is a non-profit podcast.
Oh yeah, it is. Sorry,
forgot.
we're
Yeah.
sorry about that one.
No money will be made.
Yeah.
Yeah, yet.
Yeah.
Gotta feed my kids.
That is heavily relatable, isn't it?
Well, okay. so,
Anyway, Dante.
planning a 20 subscriber special for you guys.
You are?
Don't we got
We
20
are.
subscribers?
Uh,
Do we?
we're planning a 20 subscribers special for you guys.
Isn't that somebody? Didn't someone say that in the comments?
Yes, they did. Shout
Like,
out to that person. I
Shout
forgot
out-
I think
their
that was
name.
Mary.
Yeah, Mary.
Say hi,
do a
Ma.
10 subscriber special. Shout out to Ma, you evil person. I love you.
Say hi, Ma.
Hi, Ma.
We're not gonna have anybody else to shout out at the shout out section at the end.
Actually, let's shout out to Kelly's Writer House for letting us record here yet again.
Thank you guys. You guys
My
are really
ears.
cool.
Stop.
Yeah, don't clap too hard.
My ears.
Now we gotta clap as hard as we can.
We're
Please
gonna
don't.
cut your audio again.
Yeah, he's
Y'all
doing
want to
it.
yeah.
act like? All right, so, let's talk about that last podcast, huh? Let's talk about
Wait,
that audio.
He-
After
He's,
my
he's
thing,
still
we're gonna
doing
talk
he's still
Go
doing his
ahead,
weekend.
Dante.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We're
this
saved by
week-
the bell.
I didn't do much this week. I saw Endgame.
Oh, so did
Oh,
I.
you did?
Yeah.
Um,
I'ma
in
tell-
game
I'm-
spoiler cast at the end of the podcast.
How-
We're not
okay,
gonna
here-
I'm
here's
not gonna
a-
spoil it. I'm just gonna tell you what I thought about it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
You
ask
said you had
Like,
nothing
how did
to
you
say.
feel about it?
This is what I think. I thought the movie was okay. I thought it was average, but like there were some moments in the movie that were like stand out, amazing. But overall, the movie was average. Like I
Sad.
felt like Infinity War was better than this one, but this one had better moments than Infinity War did.
I got a question. It's a non-spoiler one.
Did Ant-Man,
How did it feel? Like, how was the pace of the movie when it first started? Like, was it instantly engaging like Infinity Wars was when Thanos killed all those people?
Seeing Thanos was just engaging.
The beginning, they
That big
got
purple man.
right into the action in the beginning.
Oh,
Yeah,
they did.
I loved that part.
Yeah, okay, I saw it too.
Yeah, I did.
All right, that's what I wanted to hear. Yeah,
But there's like a huge moment in the middle, like a huge section in the middle where there's no action. So
it's no action.
Yeah.
yeah. Something else I did this week. I forced Makai to come with me to an art club like yesterday.
Oh yeah, you
You
did.
forced him to like be social again.
Yes.
I
And
couldn't have done it with.
How about them
without him.
cookies?
Huh?
How about them cookies, Makai?
We don't talk about that.
tomorrow there's another meeting, and I'm gonna force Makai to go there as well
Wait, why?
because
Why?
you already signed up for it.
Do I
You're
have
an
anything
official
to do?
member.
Wait, do I have? Whatever.
Young Bull
You're an
stands.
official member of their club. You signed their form.
I did.
How
you're
was
right.
how was the club yesterday?
It was very good. There's a lot of people who like JoJo,
Shout out to JoJo.
and we bonded over that.
You bonded over a person
Are you
who wasn't
are
there.
you are you
No,
more
the anime
comfortable?
JoJo, you idiot.
Oh,
Would you say you're more comfortable with like art now?
gonna
Because
like
one
that
of the
joke.
reasons you didn't want to go there is because like you weren't comfortable with
I
drawing.
can't draw, and I don't feel like I should be there. But Dante made me go anyway.
Well, how was it this time?
It was alright.
Makai, you don't have to draw just to be art yourself.
What?
Just H art yourself.
H arch. I H
Kevin
arch you,
Hart.
bro.
Kevin
H
Hart.
art yourself.
Kevin, bro. I'm like Kevin Hart because I'm seriously funny.
So, is there anything else about your week, Dante?
You can leave the studio. It's fine.
Nothing that comes to my mind immediately, but I want to bring up the last podcast. There's like an
Oh,
audio
yeah.
issue that you guys
Oh,
were
yeah.
all yelling at Makai about.
Yeah,
Last week, Makai edited.
No,
the
I was
podcast,
editing at him. I was yelling at him.
you both were.
So I wasn't yelling at him. I thought.
No.
You both thought it was
I
fine
weren't yelling
until
at
this
you.
man.
I was just respectfully telling you what happened.
You like I. That's what I called you out like earlier for. You always make me think I'm crazy for like calling you out about something. It's like maybe it's you, and then he comes in and is like, yeah, it kind of sounds trash. He's like, no, see. How did you make this man sound like he was an ASMR cast?
But guy, okay, let's talk about the last podcast. So
Yeah.
before we go into that, I want to shout out everybody who watched that podcast and everybody who commented, which is Bartender, Gray Wolfers. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing these names incorrectly.
Are we reading comments? We're doing a comment reading section.
Should
Oh, we
we?
can do that.
Yeah, we could do that right now.
We don't have like there's one person.
So
There's like 3 people who
that's,
So-
comment.
that's like Ma. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Is that Ma who's saying everything?
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah,
Read all of her comments.
I will. So she said, Joseph, which is me, sounds like bad ASMR, and I died laughing when I saw this.
You don't sound like you're laughing right now.
And no, I typed LOL and I liked the comment, but
I typed LOL in the
I
comments.
typed
guys.
LOL
it was
today.
like it was amazing because like I wasn't trying to do ASMR, but like I guess the way the video was edited, like
Mhm.
our voices sounded weirder. But I was very close to the mic, and I am close to the mic now, so I guess that's probably why she
I
said
have to
that.
be close to the mic in order like to feel like my audio is sufficient right now.
Yeah. And Bartender also said that Gabby, which is Makai,
Hello.
or BioGare sounds like a gamer boy, which he is.
What does that mean?
That's my
You're
fault.
just
Off.
you're a gamer boy.
She was a gamer.
So
boy.
is
She said,
everyone else
"See you
in this
later,
room."
boy.
Not really.
Whatever. Okay, so Grey Wolfer says.
You never get a joke, bro.
I like how there's like bartender left a comment that says like a Goku, and that's all it says.
How can
So-
you be a clown with no sense of humor?
All right, what did Joker? I mean, what did Gray say?
Grey Wolfer says Joker's main story of him is that his wife had an accident and had scars on her face afterwards. He decided to do it to his wife and then couldn't stand anymore, and then he killed her.
That's wrong. That's where he's wrong.
And
'Cause,
wait,
he
let him-
says
let him
that-
finish,
No, he
though, let
says
him
that's the
finish.
main story. That's wrong right off the bat.
In Suicide Squad, he doesn't even have scars.
Calling out our fans.
The new movie is looks like how society made him who he is. From the trailer, he already knows that it's gonna be trash.
Huh?
Damn.
That was their opinion
Damn.
at the end.
That was their opinion at
But
the
they're
end.
wrong because it doesn't look like it's gonna be trash.
Bartender also
yeah.
says like a Goku, and write a Wattpad special and make all Smiles rap on
I don't know what that means.
I can't wait to see you comment 20 times this time, bartender.
it.
Bartender also said,
Bartender,
"My
do us
sleeping
a
music."
favor. Do us,
And
do us a favor and shout out our podcast. Everybody spread our podcast like to play because we need some fans.
Yeah,
Let's rename our podcast the Bartender.
we need
Cast.
heavy clout.
The bar.
Clout.
Bartender also says do a 6 subscriber special.
Yes, we're doing a. How many subscribers do we have?
We're
19.
19.
19.
We're doing a 20 subscriber special.
Yeah.
Yes.
We sound so lame. Like everything we're doing right now
We're
just
doing
sounds
it.
like failure talk.
We are failures.
Tell your friends. if
And
you have
Gray,
any,
yeah, and Gray Wolfers says, "I like."
He likes.
which is a
favorite
very
parts.
heartwarming statement.
Yeah, it's very profound.
Yeah,
Thank
I thought
you.
about it.
We love
Yeah.
you, Grey Wolf.
Speaking of Ma, she just commented on one of my videos.
Nice.
Nice.
Anyway,
I'm looking
so
for news.
Hi, Grayson.
is that everything you had to say about
Your weekend.
yeah.
I mean, I'm just want to say that I'm on the final season of Dragon Ball. I'm almost there. The original.
Let's get it.
I should finish it like this week. Easy peasy.
No.
And I like
Okay.
to say, if you're planning to watch the original Dragon Ball, there's a lot of filler. So look up a guide online and
Th-
skip 75% of the episodes.
There's a
Or better
website
yet-
called Filler Skip, I think.
When you say
Yeah.
filler, is it like throwaway episodes or just like long periods of staring at each other?
Long periods, is both.
So like fillers are basically what happens when. So there's two reasons
go
why it
Dragon Ball.
happens. It's usually when there's the manga and then there's the anime, and the anime reaches the level of the manga and exceeds it. So like the anime producers decide
Dummy.
to
I'm sorry.
they decide to fill in the episodes to wait for the manga to produce another arc. And then the other reason is in Dragon Ball Super's case, when they usually just take a break from the main story. Like the filler where Vegeta got copied or something, and he was copy Vegeta and he was battling actual Vegeta and Goku.
I forget that exists.
You should like
Yeah.
you should like get a guide just to help you skip over all the sexual harassment that happens in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that's like wild.
Yeah.
The only reason Dragon Ball started is because that happened.
What do you
I mean,
mean? The only
it's-
thing
It didn't start
he-
because of sexual
It started
harassment.
because like a 16-year-old girl shot a 4-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Trying a 4-year-old boy.
No, she shot at him. Like she found him in the woods.
No,
and
she
No.
didn't shoot at him. She shot him. It hit, the
It's
bullet hit his head.
because Bulma wanted to get some.
Actually, yeah.
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 She wanted some Dragon Balls.
Okay, you can.
Yeah. Okay.
Ow, my
quiet.
ears.
So like,
Mr. Krabs.
No, but,
yikes.
you know, it'd be
Yikes.
exactly how it is.
the best podcast.
That's
on
a
YouTube.
yikes. That's a yikes on that one. Yes, this is
Alright.
the best
So,
podcast on YouTube.
So here's
Facts.
how we're gonna do this. I feel like we all like have like subjects and like which we are very inclined on. For me, it's music, and I feel like for you, Makai, and you, Dante, I think like maybe it's anime.
Wait, what?
I
no.
wanna,
Like what topics are you guys?
Why don't we just talk about the process of creating?
Because I was
things?
about to bring you guys some hot music news that like happened this week.
News or like?
is it
news.
Is it what Cardi B did?
That was 3 weeks ago.
Was it?
It
Yeah.
was-
Oh,
It's still not a good thing to do.
It's still not a good thing to do, but
Just never
no-
let her live
but
it down.
nobody's gonna cancel her over it. You know,
Yeah.
we're gonna get mad at like we're gonna get mad at male rappers for doing the same thing. We're gonna like let her slide, I guess.
Well, now we have to explain what she did.
Okay, what Cardi B did is she
I
went
got
on
a,
a
I got a perfect way of explaining it.
go ahead.
Bill Cosby.
No.
No, you
That
can't.
is
You
too
can't.
extreme.
No.
You can't equate
No.
it.
That is extremely extreme. That's an
Okay,
extreme
so
example.
so Cardi B went on live
What y'all
stream
talking
because
about?
people kept downplaying her what she had to do. People kept saying she's an industry plant, and an industry plant for music is a star that is invested in by labels, and they fund them and they get them popular and like they help them get hits, and that's what an industry plan is. And people don't like industry plans because they feel it's really disingenuous to music. Honestly, I don't see the problem, like mostly because like people are getting mad at the industry plant and not the industry. It's like you're getting mad at the garden for being bad when really the gardener is the problem. But they're getting like Cardi B was really mad with the accusations of being called an industry plant. So she went on like on Instagram live to defend herself. Um and she talked about all the things she had to do to get to where she is now. She talked about how she had to like hustle, she had to strip. She was like stripping get money for like studio time, and she exclaimed very loudly, and I quote, "I used to drug niggas and rob them."
Please laugh
That
further away
moment
from
when
your
you're the
mic.
only person laughing.
Please laugh further from your mic.
Because I remember watching the live stream. I'm the only one in the room who watched the whole thing. And like it was like, you know, like how some videos just exist and like you don't have to air rape them. Like she's in a bathroom and she's screaming at her phone. Like we can hear you.
You okay, man?
She used to drug them and rob them.
Yeah, it's quite
like,
a funny
And
situation.
no, it's awful. But the thing is, her justification is even worse. Because I have a headache now from laughing. Okay, like her justification is that I don't like, you guys seem to think that I took pleasure in this, and like, you know, I don't believe she took pleasure in her actions
Yeah.
when she used to do these things. I feel like they used to actually be a struggle, and like she didn't like the reason like you can't equate it to Bill Cosby is that she wasn't using her power to like take advantage of these men, because at the time she was a stripper and she didn't have any power whatsoever. So she is right in that regard, but her justification is that I remember her apology post on Instagram
You
was,
can apologize for that.
yeah,
You
she,
cannot.
like, I don't know, but her justification is that I knew these men and they knew what they were getting into.
What?
And my retort is, what, bro? What is you talking about, bro? Like these men knew they was about to get robbed and drugged. He was like, yeah. You want to do me? Yeah, you want to do me? Yeah. Let's go back to my hotel room where I used to drug niggas and rob them. That's what she said.
She said that, yeah.
It's awful. It's sad, but oh god, I don't remember why we brought this up.
Yeah.
Because you said you have some
You
music
brought it up.
news.
Yeah, no, that's not the music news I wanted to program. I was just gonna like say that like Kevin Abstract like released Arizona Baby.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know
but-
how
I
we
know
got to
that
Cardi B
he's a
then.
part of.
You
Isn't he
said
a
it.
part of Brockton?
Yeah, he's a part of Brockhampton,
Brockhampton.
which is like one of my favorite bands, like in recent memory, because like they inspired me and my group Tisif a lot. Even though most of my friends don't quite like the group as much, and it's for a reason that other fans will attack us for, and that's because that we miss Amir. Like I miss Amir, and I know that the man did like some troublesome things, and at this point, like I don't like, if like he actually did the things that like he was accused of, then I hope that like I hope that like he learns his lesson because like nothing really like what are y'all doing? I am talking and y'all just playing around.
We're sniffing tea packets.
I
Yeah.
hate y'all. But okay, I really hope that like he gets he gets better. Like he learns from his mistakes and like learns from his past.
So
And
what
if-
what did he do?
apparently on Instagram, this was around when the Me Too movement was pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Is this gonna be,
Sexual harassment.
yeah, that
I think okay, like I remember reading the like because like his girlfriend like decided like his one of his ex-girlfriends decided to call him out on like on Twitter saying like things like he was emotionally abusive and emotionally manipulative and I think there was like he was a bit rough during sex or during sexual intercourse and people didn't like that much and
I really
that
don't like
is-
that.
yeah, that isn't great. And also because like there was an accusation floating around and I can't really find the source of it, but like somebody said that like he was involved with a minor. Like
Oh.
his ex I believe said like he left her for a minor, but if I remember correctly, he was 18 and the minor supposedly was 17. So huh? Is that I don't know.
Well,
That's legal.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is that
that's-
illegal?
No, it's illegal.
It's
It
illegal,
would be
but-
legal in Philadelphia because the age, I believe,
consent is-
that
is
yeah,
16.
it's 16.
I mean, like, that's a 1 year gap though.
Yeah, that's a
So I
1 year
don't-
gap.
That's legal.
My parents are like 7 years apart.
7 years would be illegal if you're 18 and you try to go.
Yeah.
Someone 11,
It's insane, like how
that's-
many like of our parents are like years apart. From
Yeah,
each
they're
other
years
in ter-
apart from
like,
each
terms of,
other.
like, being around.
My dad is younger than my mom, so let you guys know.
Interesting.
It's either me or the baby.
But like I was like, I don't. Here's what I don't like about that. Like I feel like why would she call him out for that? Like
I don't like. The
like,
thing
if she
is, like, I
really-
don't know why she didn't like. The thing is, like, okay, I
I
understand.
understand
like,
the minor part, but like the thing about like the rough sex and like emotionally mistreating her, why didn't she try to like talk to him personally about it? Like one thing
I feel like they did, but like I think and I remember like he got kicked out of Brockhampton supposedly because
For
of these
lying?
claims.
wasn't it for lying though?
Yeah, for lying, and like we never really got to figure out like exactly what he lied about.
Yeah.
We didn't know if he lied about these claims or like he lied about like what he did and like or something like that, or if it was something internal in the group. And many fans were just kind of like left out, like to just it was like really I don't understand it from like a business term point. Like I feel like a lot of people at the time like believe that Amir was kicked out purely because they just gotta deal with with RCA. But I believe that R. Kelly and other people like that of that nature are signed to RCA. So I don't think RCA is like one to care much about bad publicity on like their artist part. So I don't think that was the reason.
Maybe they cared
And-
about bad publicity
Yeah.
though.
I was thinking that, but when the I think that's kind of like what I came to believe at the time, and I felt like I remember like when me and my friend like thought about that, we just thought that Brockhampton was dead, mostly because when I found Brockhampton, what I fell in love with about the band was the family aspect.
Yeah.
And like it's just like okay, if I didn't explain what Brockhampton is. Brockhampton is a group like an internet group that like a group of artists that is a boy band. They're like rappers, but they define themselves by a boy band. And they all like the interesting thing that like really made me infatuated with this band was that like I'm gonna beat you up, Makai.
Sniffing tea
No,
packets.
stop. Like what made me really infatuated with this band is that like they all like most of them met online.
Right.
They met on a Kanye West forum.
They met on MySpace.
MySpace.
I think maybe one of them met on MySpace, but like they met on like a forum called Kanye to the, and like he's like anybody want to join a boy band like with a picture of Harry Styles, and like a couple people say yeah, and like they started talking, and things happen. Like some artists like go, some of like the members go to college, and then they like right before dropping out, they decide because like Kevin Abstract and like most of the other band, like Kevin Abstract, like the brains and the like the kind of brains behind the whole band. Like he lived in California. California. Yeah,
Wasn't
he
it
lived in-
Texas? Oh,
yeah,
California.
they come from like Kevin's from Texas, but I
Ah.
think they lived in California. Brockhampton is the name of a street from Texas. Um, Kevin Abstract lived in California with a bunch of the other boys, and like a lot of people, like Merlin, like he was about to drop out of college, and right before he dropped out, he used the last bit of his money to get on a plane and go straight to Brockhampton, and now they're millionaires.
Mm.
And it's like this, like the story of Brockhampton is so inspirational to me, and like just the whole Amir thing happening kind of like left me without a lot of faith, and like even though I like I kind of like their project, or I'm kind of like on the border of liking their new project Iridescence. I love the Saturation trilogy a lot more.
Yeah.
And after like you could clearly tell during that album that like there was like a shift, and like there was like something missing, cuz like you could like feel the absence of Amir so hard, especially since they didn't address it. And like I was kind of like thinking that the band was going to end, but like rest assured, Kevin like came out and said like Brockhampton not ending. We just not taking 10 days on the album no more. Like they got like I think the first Saturation done in 10 days, and that's inspiring to me.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And like the thing like we kind of found out about like Amir a while ago, like what he did kinda. And I think cuz Dom got mad at like somebody saying something about Amir on Twitter, and like he kind of let out that Amir kind of set one of Dom's friends up to be robbed, and it was really odd, and I don't really understand, but like I felt some type of way. It's like, okay, maybe Amir deserved it, but I don't know completely.
Yeah, there's always two sides to a story.
Yeah, it's all weird, but like yeah. And I was just going to like mention that like Arizona Baby dropped, like which is Kevin Abstract's new single project, and like
Right.
it's really good. I enjoy it thoroughly, especially Corpus Christi, because like he kind of mentions Amir, and like it kind of like gives some closure.
Right. So that was the music side of things, and thank you, Stefan, for really
Going in.
yeah
Like-
showering us with your knowledge of music
It's like
and the industry.
second time. You went a whole tangent.
I actually like his tangents.
How would
They're-
you go on a
they're,
tangent?
They're
I'm
very
not complaining. When
they're,
you're just
they're
saying.
very informational. So I'll go into
Mhm.
mines about literature, right? Since that's the topic I want to touch on today.
All right.
So Animal Farm. So I gave you guys the brief description of what Animal Farm, and hopefully you can go into 1984.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
I read Animal Farm as well.
Yeah,
didn't
so we
finish
can all
1984.
go into Dante. Have you read Animal Farm?
No.
Well, we could talk about it.
You should.
We about to shower you
So-
with knowledge, boy.
Are you going to? Do you have plans to?
Yeah,
Read Animal Farm? No.
We're about to spoil it, so
yeah, heavily.
Gamora dies.
She already died. But anyway,
She's already dead.
wh-
Infinity
why,
War
why
spoilers.
is Gamora anyway?
Why is Gamora?
But anyway, like one thing that stood out in that whole story is how the original rules kept changing.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was very like it kind of like made me think about
Want to give like the original rules real quick?
do you remember the original rules?
I remember some of them.
Okay. Weren't there like 3?
No, there were like 4.
There like a list. There was a list.
Okay, I'll look it up quickly. But one thing off the top of my head, it wasn't really a rule. I think it was a rule. It might have been the first rule is 4 legs good, 2 leg bad. And the thing about it, okay, so like there were cool things that they implemented in the
And
story.
then all animals was equal. or
One of
equal.
them is
That's one
that
of 'em.
you ever watched and I'm not trying to be too political here, but you ever watched a Donald Trump rally and like you see a person who's against Donald Trump come in the rally and they try to speak their opinions, and then the Trump supporters, not even Trump, but say it's a rally and
Mhm.
like a person who's counter against that rally comes in, and like the people who are against what the person is saying speaks up and they yell to try to silence that person.
Yeah,
So one way that was it was
happens a lot.
yeah.
Of rallies.
that one way that was implemented in this story is that whenever people would try to detest what the pigs were saying, since the pigs were running everything,
Mm-hmm.
the sheep who were trained, I don't think they were doing this. I'm not sure if they're doing this like purposely, but whenever that would happen after at the end of the meetings where time was held to like talk about the plans that were made, they would start screaming out loud, four legs good, two legs bad, over and over again, and silence anybody from saying what they would disagree with the pigs. So like that being added into the story really, it was really cool. So I'll try to find the rules for you guys.
So 4 legs good, 2 legs bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
But-
like
but-
all animals are equal is like another one of them.
Yeah, all animals are equal, which is also untrue because the pigs were.
Yeah,
You
and
know.
that's when like in the third iteration, I believe, is like all animals are equal except some animals
Are
are more
equal-
equal,
more
than
equal.
equal others.
So here are the rules.
Equal
Here are the
females.
original rules before they changed. So I believe the title of it was
Freedom
four
is slavery.
four legs good, two legs bad. Basically, they were angry with the humans, and humans have 2 legs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
two
So
legs
all
bad.
humans are bad.
Yeah.
But
And then the first rule is whatever goes whatever whatever goes on 2 legs is the enemy. 2, whatever
Wait.
goes upon 4 legs or has living
wait,
or has
2 legs is the enemy.
or
but-
have wings is
Yeah.
a friend.
Oh,
and-
wait. Chickens have 2 legs. Like roosters have 2 legs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's why they implemented whatever goes on upon 4 legs or has wings to incorporate birds
As well,
is a
yeah.
friend. And number 3, no animal shall wear clothes. Number 4, no animal shall sleep in a bed. Number 5, no animal shall drink alcohol. Number 6, no animal shall kill any other animal. And 7, all animals are equal.
Yeah. What happened in the book, like, all of these rules got tainted in one way or another by
Yeah.
the pigs.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, altered or, like, betrayed by the pigs.
What's
How
your
did the
like?
bed one get betrayed?
Pigs
that-
slept in a bed.
How did the what?
The
bed
pig slept
one.
in a bed.
How did the bed? Okay, so this is how they altered the bed rule. So it originally was no animal shall sleep in the bed, and then the pigs changed it to no animal shall sleep in the bed with sheets, and when the other animals weren't as smart as the pigs, and they
Mhm.
couldn't read that well, and they had bad memory, so whenever the animals would be like, yo, I don't remember that rule being there. Aren't the pigs like breaking the rules? This pig, one specific pig named Squealer, I believe.
Oh, yeah, Squealer.
Yeah, Squealer. He would go over and tell them that their memory is faulty and that rule has always looked like that, and the
Yeah.
animals not being smart enough to detest it would automatically
oh, yeah,
believe in them.
I guess you're right, since you know more than me.
Right.
He
And-
acts sort of like that guy, that you would notice from Farmer Refuted and from Hamilton.
Yeah, the guy who was basically like a liaison to the British Army. He would go down to the colonies.
So, like a messenger.
Yeah, like
kind
a
of.
messenger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So as the story continues, all of these rules start to be broken. Like even the 2 legs part, I believe the pigs were practicing at some point on how to stand on 2 legs, which greatly troubled the animals. And another one was no animal shall drink alcohol, right? So they changed that to
'Cause alcohol
what did they
tastes kinda
change it to?
good.
What did they change it to?
Alcohol kind of yummy.
It
I'm not
escaped
gonna
my
lie.
memory.
Why are they drinking alcohol? What's that doing
Because-
for them?
As the book went on, so like at first.
Okay, so it's
Oh,
okay. Sorry
yeah.
for cutting you off.
In
I'll
excess.
So yeah, in access, no drinking alcohol to access. And Makai, what
In
were you about to say?
Okay, so as the book went on, originally,
Assess, I believe.
the pigs and every other animal on the farm was like, "Yo, I don't like these humans. Let's get them out of here." So they did that, and
It was like,
young like as the book went on, the pigs had the most power, so they started changing the rules to like their whim, and what they wanted to do. So, so basically, at the end of the book, there's this one pig, and he was like the leader, and he was wearing clothes. He was standing on 2 legs. He was like smoking and gambling with like other pigs and other animals, and it's supposed to be like showing the transition of like how a person with power can be corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is
And the
making
thing
me
is,
forget,
there
like-
used to
Did you say
originally
not
be
to?
2 leaders. There
Yeah,
used
2
to be
leaders.
2
Hold on.
pigs. One was Snow White. Snowflake or Snow White.
Snowflake, yes.
Snowflake, and another was Napoleon. And
Snowflake was more sensible.
yeah, and yeah, he was the one who came up with like their engineering and like building a windmill and stuff. And Napoleon would always go against what he said, and they would both always argue with each other. So one day, Napoleon he set up these dogs, right? He was training these dogs, and these dogs ended up being his bodyguards, which he would use, he would then use to terrorize the animals, which goes against the all animals are treated equal. And he also used to start killing animals, which goes against the other rule that no animal shall kill other animals. And they changed that rule to no animal shall kill another animal without cause.
Yeah.
And they changed that as well. And the Napoleon ended up dethroning, like taking away the power from Snowflake because he wanted absolute power. So that ties into tortillas.
Tortillas.
Tortillism.
Tortillism.
What were you gonna say about it, Dante?
Hurricane Katrina, more like Hurricane Tortilla.
Stop
No.
that. All right, so
Before that, though.
wasn't there
There
were
just
two?
saying it reminds me of the Back at the Barnyard cartoon.
Yeah, that's what I imagined too.
That's
but-
scary to think.
So
If Animal Farm having a back at the barnyard.
So there were two. There were like at one point there were two windmills or a windmill,
Yeah.
and it had like all the
Mhm.
food in it.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, when everything was good, it was like, hey, you have to work to eat because this farm needs to be maintained, and you need to eat. So if you do work, you get to eat. And then what did it change into?
That's
It was like-
communism.
They started so
Isn't it?
animals
I
would get
think
this set amount of food
little
that they
bit.
would get, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's.
It was called
communism.
rations or something.
Yeah, they gave them rations.
And as the years went on, when Napoleon was in power, their rations would get reduced all the time.
Mhm.
But they would never like protest against it because the food they were getting was still better than when
The
they
farmer
were under
was
the
giving them-
farmer.
Yeah.
And whenever they would try to argue with the pigs about how much food they were getting, the pigs would always say, "Do you want the farmer to come back?" Kind of in a way to like say, "We pigs are responsible for liberating you guys from the farmer," even though it was mainly that horse's name,
Mhm.
James, I believe,
James.
the
Yeah.
strongest horse.
James Baxter.
Yeah, no, yesn't.
BoJack Horseman.
And yeah, like the pigs would use like certain intimidating tactics and stuff like that.
Oh, I apologize, viewers at home, for me slapping my mic.
Unbelievable.
I think that's all I had to say about that. I was really just drawn into the way how the animals were able to be liberated, but due to like, but they were liberated, but they were never truly were liberated because they set up a form of government that got corrupted.
By people who wanted them out.
Have you started like reading 1984?
No, but I want
He's
to
been
get
waiting
into
for me
it.
to finish it, but I just can't
You
honestly.
bum ass.
I feel like I wouldn't get bored of that book because I'm really into politics and forms of governments and
Yeah,
stuff.
you read that book
Maybe.
called War, I think.
You read a whole book on war.
Yeah, and that
But,
book
like-
was boring at some parts, but it was very informing.
Hey,
The thing about
Makai.
1984 is it's just boring. Like
Okay.
it hooks you in certain moments, and then like you get back to the main character Winston, and he's like, "Oh, I'm writing something down again." It's just like you've been doing this for the same chapter.
The ending. Is
Don't
gonna
say
be good.
anything. I don't care.
You're
I
gonna
don't care
enjoy.
what you say.
You're gonna
don't,
enjoy it.
don't say anything.
I didn't say anything.
If
You're
I
just
get
gonna
through it.
enjoy it.
Okay, check out the
If you
window.
get through it, I'm gonna spoil. If you
Okay,
don't,
check out the
spoil it.
window. There's like a banner up there. It says "Clowns want it." I think you should apply. You're already
Stefan,
qualified.
so you watched you read the whole book?
1984.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, you didn't?
dang. I got like
Audiobook.
I got to the memory hole. I think.
The
Mhm.
what?
The
memory-
what?
How far are you in,
I don't know.
young bull?
Actually, let me check.
The what?
I got to the memory hole.
When was the last time you read that book, Makai?
This morning.
Care to spoil
This
it?
morning?
This morning, yeah, I read it this morning.
Care to spoil the whole story?
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm
spoil
being
the whole story.
sarcastic. I'll spoil the
Okay.
whole story.
So,
It's been
Um,
hard to
What are you
read
doing,
this,
young man?
dog.
Stop this.
I've been
What-
putting it
what's
off
his
and
name?
everything.
Winston.
Thomas.
Winston dies.
Thomas dies.
I'm at
Winston dies because
70
Batman comes and saves the day.
Winston,
And then he
75.
becomes Big
Winston,
Brother.
Aw, man,
Winston from
you're-
Overwatch. He dies.
You're
What are
nowhere
you
near
doing?
finishing it,
Winston
aren't
from
you?
Overwatch dies. That guy, the gorilla.
Are you okay, bro?
I want to be Bastion.
Okay, I'm not even done chapter 2 yet, and it's so boring.
You're not
You're not
done
done
chapter
chapter
two.
done
chap-
two?
bro.
I think I'm also surprised.
It's so boring.
Young
thought
man,
you were
how
in,
is this
like-
so boring?
Listen to an audiobook, bro.
You said this
Come
is
on,
so
cuz.
boring. You're like
Listen to an
1/4 of
audio
the
book
way
and then give
through.
me that book.
You
My
said,
young
yo,
man.
bro. You said every chapter seemed like the same. You're only 2 chapters in, bro.
It seems like there's different chapters. Bro.
Young bull.
How are you
stains.
only the way you were talking about the
talk
book? I
about the-
thought you were in chapter 7,
I
like
thought you were
near
like
the
halfway
end.
Like,
through the
yeah.
book.
Wait, how many chapters are there?
Nah,
I
dog.
thought you like halfway through the
Nah,
book. Oh, I'm on
dog.
chapter 2.
I'm over here
Like-
waiting for this man.
Like this book is so boring. This pacing is terrible. You're like in the beginning.
Clowns want it, bro. God, man.
Clowns wanted go apply.
I could never feel your shoes.
By the way, for those
overqualified.
who are listening, Makai actually is wearing clown shoes.
Clown. Nigga.
Oh, there's only 3 chapters.
Or there's what?
There's
What?
what?
There's 3 chapters,
I think you
Okay.
got the wrong book.
You got the wrong book.
3.
and then the rest is just an appendix.
That's a shame. Who
Appendix?
writes 3 chapters?
What's
What's the point of even
George
having
Orwell.
chapters then?
George Orwell.
At that point, what's the point of even having chapters? You might as well make your book one long paragraph.
the point of even being black?
Yeah, there's only 3 chapters. Yeah, I thought there was like 70 or something.
Yes, we thought it was a normal
I
book.
forgot I forgot what I was about to talk about. Because I was about to talk about like a story that I read.
What page are
Nine.
you on at least? Tell us that.
75.
Out of what?
75.
I don't know. I didn't check.
You a young boy, bro.
We all are.
No, the stains that drip off you, bro. It's
Young
like
boy sauce.
it's tripping.
And
All
then
right.
eating off.
So while you figure out this story,
Yeah.
we'll have Makai. What topic did you want to touch on?
About what?
Young Bull.
What topic did you want to touch on,
Yeah.
Dante?
I wanted to plug our story real quick. You know,
Oh yeah, Kingdom
Yeah,
Come.
Kingdom Come. You guys want to discuss Kingdom Come?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure.
Okay. Look at you. I just saw reinvigorated youth.
I feel like I've
Just-
been talking the least during the podcast.
Yeah,
So
go hard.
All right, so basically, Makai, stop
Okay.
doing Mortal Kombat dances.
Stop
So-
doing everything while people are talking, bro. You a young boy.
For the viewers at home, Makai was passing his phone around with a picture of Doge as a clown.
That's quite funny.
I hate you. Anyway, Dante, what's up?
So the 4 of us, we began writing a book like last year, I'm pretty sure, called Kingdom
2
Come.
years ago.
2 years ago. But we originally started with a person who I'm gonna call an alias name. I'm gonna call them.
Selena.
Yeah, I'll call.
Ouch.
Ow.
Jesus
Ow. Anyway, Selena.
Yeah, we started a book with a girl named Selena,
Yeah.
as her name may or may not be. And he was originally writing the Black Kingdom, but at
It
some
was
point,
trash.
I
no,
took it over.
wasn't.
Nah, I'm kidding.
No, it wasn't
Shout
at
out to
all.
It
Selena.
wasn't trash, but at some point, like the four of us gave up writing on the story until like recently, where we got back into it. So we're rewriting Kingdom Come, and
we might be able to make it better.
yeah,
And we might be able to
Let's just let him finish
publish
talking
it too
before
for you guys to read.
you start cutting people off.
the thing is, I feel like Kingdom Come didn't do that good because the first time we wrote it, we had a lack of communication. Like we had no idea what we were doing with each kingdom. But now, like we know, we discuss what each of our kingdoms are gonna be like focused around.
Mhm.
Like Stefan over here, he has like a purple kingdom.
Yeah, my kingdom is like based on growth, basically.
Growth?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of growth?
Like
Like,
his
it's
kingdom
my-
starts off as nothing.
Yeah, my kingdom is like the one that's growing around.
Did you pick purple not only because it's your favorite color, but because, like,
It-
purple was a royalty color back then?
Yeah, because like you had to like go get these snails or whatever to make the
Snails.
yeah.
Wow.
There's like these snails that like were really hard to come by and hard to find, and that was the only way you could get them the color purple and like to dye your clothes.
And then some rich guy came along.
You mean a
invented
Shelly?
purple.
Yeah. Huh?
Shelly.
You mean a Shelly?
This isn't Booga Booga.
This isn't Booga Booga.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. I thought. Oh.
Mm.
oh, no.
Joseph has
These
the Black
clowns
Kingdom.
play Roblox.
Oh yeah, I have the Black Kingdom. So my kingdom is the most modern, but it's not exactly modern. It's like
Steampunks.
industrial revolution, steampunk rather.
Mhm.
In that era, and my government is that of a dictatorship, but it's going to end as a like a civil war. And the way I wrote my kingdom is that it has like a dark tone to it, and it's kind of more like, how would I put it? Like there's gonna be more like themes that there's gonna be themes in this kingdom that I feel like won't be in any of you guys like
Can you like touch
air
on one of them?
pollution, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you about
like
to.
issues that deal with your kingdom, but
Yeah.
not really without like air
Yeah.
pollution, like you
like
said.
like yeah, we're gonna have like civil rights issues, which I'm pretty sure some of you might have civil rights as an issue. We're gonna have like air pollution.
Blacks
We're
aren't
gonna
allowed.
have we're
No.
gonna have things like that, like sewer pollution and stuff.
No black kingdoms allowed.
And I was inspired to write this story because I was reading, like I saw the description for 1984. Like I haven't read the book yet,
Do
but
you want the book? I'll give it to you.
I
like,
really
right
want I really want the book cuz that could be some great
Here,
inspiration.
I'll just give it to you.
But
Honk,
like
honk,
I
clown
know
nigga.
I know a lot
One,
of,
two,
like I've heard a lot about Big
three.
Brother, and it really inspired me to write this story.
1, 2, there you go.
So the way I started off the story, I'll just read this just
Joseph,
this-
you're not gonna read your chapter.
I'm not going to read the whole chapter. I just want to read this opening to give them a scene of what my place looks like.
Okay.
So
set the scene. Okay, Joseph is reading chapter 1 of his.
It's not chapter.
it's not
one.
chapter 1.
We don't know what you're talking about.
All right, what chapter is it?
4.
1. Yeah. 4.
Joseph is reading chapter 4 of Kingdom Come.
You have
3.
chapter 1, so you better get the writing.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. A dark fog hovered over the city like a smokescreen. The air was thick and hard to breathe with a stench of coal. Children would throw coal at each other, playing in the mines whenever the overseer wasn't around. A man with a darkened metal would walk around with a whip that had metal balls at the end, looking down upon the children, seeking to remind them that such play isn't permitted. Enter the Black Kingdom. So what I did with that opening is that I set the tone
Very
to
nice.
make them know that children in my kingdom
Our workers.
are workers.
Just like in Victorian London.
Yeah, they're workers. They're working in the factory. They're working in coal mines, which have terrible pollution. And that's the environment that they're raised in. That's what my main character was raised in, and that's what my king was raised in.
The African American community actually believes in beating their children.
Okay.
So I think that has a heavy role to play.
That's not what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
That's not what
though.
we're talking about, and I'm
Very
pretty
good.
sure
Okay,
like
which
all
one of us is
races.
editing this
It has-
podcast?
I'm pretty yeah.
All right.
I'm
so-
pretty sure that all races beat their children.
Okay, so is it a spoiler to ask about like the
Especially
similarities,
Mexican.
like the relationship between the king and your main character?
Okay.
Like, are you gonna have your main character be the king, or like,
I think we
You-
should circle back and we should talk about the Blue Kingdom before we do that.
all right?
Sure.
I forgot what's the story of the Blue Kingdom. That's you, Makai.
Yeah, that is you.
give us
actually-
the rundown.
I don't know
Sorry.
what your Blue Kingdom is doing either.
Actually,
Yeah, same here actually.
Wow.
To be completely honest, there's a bunch of concepts I want to touch on, but I haven't really found out a way to get my ideas out there. Because I'm not. To speak on myself, I think I'm not that good.
look at this self-loathing. Look at it. Look at this man's self-loathing again.
Aight.
Nah.
I'm all right.
He's actually crying for those who
Look-
don't know.
You can't see it, but there's like tears on the
I'm alright.
floor. We're
his,
gonna have to
his
mop
tears,
that up
his
later.
tears are falling right onto his clown shoes.
That he's wearing.
Bro,
Honk,
that's
honk.
that's suede clown shoes.
Keep your chin up, Chief. Your clown makeup is running.
Okay, so I think the main theme for my character, at least,
Gotcha.
at the very least, is gonna be development. So how he's gonna become a better person, because I'm gonna write him not like that.
My apologies.
I'm gonna write him as gonna be a person who has a lot of sin. So yeah, I'm gonna make sin become a core aspect in the Blue
Mhm.
Kingdom society. So a lot of people's power is based on like how much they sin.
Powers?
Well, no,
Huh?
like political power.
Oh.
So sinning equals power.
No, not sinning equals
I am
power.
going to be the president by the end of this podcast.
Like, what do you mean by
Okay.
power?
It's gonna be religion based, right?
Sin tally.
Mhm.
So
So it's going to be like a. I'm sorry, but it seems
Catholic
like
church,
a
Like a-
holy empire
yes, a
where the
holy empire.
priest or like where the
Like the
priest or
church
pope
has-
is like the highest.
Yeah, like the church has all the power.
Yeah.
So they kind of like rule over everything, and they're gonna be judging people based on like what they do in their life and like how they like if you sin, it's basically like you can go to jail or you can die, fam. It's basically like that. So my main character, he's gonna have
Picks or the guillotine, man. It's just your
So
choice.
will your story have like repentance in it? Like
yeah, it's gonna have like my main character is gonna deal with repentance.
Mhm.
He's gonna be repenting against a bunch of things that he's done.
How many Hail
his life.
Marys is stealing one watermelon?
Wouldn't that be a huge? Wouldn't that be? See, this is the problem with holy empires. Like, wouldn't that be a huge loophole in your
Hail
terms of
Mary,
law enforcement? Because
like,
if
takes you to eat the
say if
watermelon.
somebody mass murdered somebody, right, and they went to the church and said, "Can I repent to drop my charges?" Will they be able to do that?
Depending on the charge, no.
I have murdered 5
If you
children.
if you kill another person,
Father,
and
forgive
you're
me for I have sinned. Tell
If-
me what you have done, my child. Oh, I've killed many of those.
Father, stretch my hands, part 1.
so so if you kill someone and you're not part of the church or you weren't like ordered to and part of the government, then you cannot like repent for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still like planning out the
Wait,
things.
So
before I write it
people,
out.
so people have a choice, like to be a part of the church or not.
No.
If you are poor and you do anything, you're going to jail.
How about this? Ooh, to spice up your story, to spice up your story, you could have it so that the poorer citizens aren't able to repent for like any charge, but the highest tier, like if the Pope were to get in trouble, or the Pope's son rather, that would make more sense. If the Pope's son got in trouble, he would be able to repent for his crimes regardless of how heinous they are.
Yeah, I was thinking sort of that, and also that the fact that you have to pay to repent.
So like,
So who is the main character? The Pope?
The main character is gonna be.
I'll stop using the Pope.
The
Is the
Pope.
king?
Yeah, we don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my
we don't
king
we don't
touching
support that,
children.
man.
we don't want the Pope to come up and like. Well, if we have the Pope as a guest one day, we should probably relax.
What?
What?
Bro, what are you talking about,
Like, what if
cuz?
the Pope can roll in? Like,
Bro, what?
I heard your podcast online.
That man gonna roll up, bro. I'm gonna hand him.
He's
hand
gonna
him
roll up
Undertale.
with a bunch of kids.
Hand him
I'm
Undertale.
gonna hand that man Undertale, bro. I'm gonna be like, yo, what's up, Sans? Like,
But anyway,
yo, Pope, my nigga.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
hand him a copy of
so
Earthbound.
are you gonna? So is the main character the king?
He's going to be.
Hey, so you're gonna have him change his ways.
Yeah, he's gonna change his
God.
weight. He's gonna be a meanie boy.
I am hungry.
Good.
Man.
He's gonna have like a lot of growth and development throughout the story.
Can we get some burgers out here?
Yeah.
We have a
And-
producer. Hey, producer, can you bring us some burgers?
No,
We're
man.
getting distracted.
Yeah, but about the Green Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am the Green Kingdom.
Yeah, that's Dante, by the way.
Yes, I was about to say that actually. I was about
Hi,
to say I'm
Dante.
by
Hi,
the way.
Dante.
Hi, Dante.
Hi. Hello, guys.
Young
My name is
Sayuri
Dante, and
ain't
I'm an
got shit but
alcoholic.
money.
Talk about your story.
He's not an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Hive minds. Yo, Joe, I didn't know we had 2 clowns in the building. God damn, the entertainment value.
Like a kid's birthday party up in here.
We can get some clickbait with that. Hong Kong.
Clown podcast.
Welcome to the Cloudcast.
Your makeup running, bro. Look up.
Pretty good humor, but I'm trying to hear about the Green Kingdom real quick.
You a clown, too. You're just surrounded, bro.
I'm
This
I'm
is
here
so-
laughing,
we're sitting
really
here
rolling
rosy.
on the floor.
We're circus.
Just talk about the story. Go, go, go.
We're a whole circus. Look at us.
All right,
The
the
sideshow.
Look
The
at you.
Green Kingdom.
clown, just like your daddy.
It runs in the family.
I'm wondering
sorry.
if I should laugh or not.
No,
Live a
you're
little,
okay.
bro.
In case you can't tell what's happening. Because you can't see. Joseph really wants us to get back on topic. But we keep talking about
We
clowns.
just keep tripping over our clown shoes. It's crazy.
Just talk about the story. Go.
I am. Don't worry. All right, I have
So
the Green
Thanos.
Kingdom. No Thanos. We should put Thanos in Kingdom Come.
Maybe.
Talk about the
In
story.
Green Kingdom, we have. Should I? It happens in the first chapter. It doesn't matter. So, I have chapter
Why
3.
doesn't it matter?
I have chapter 3.
Yeah.
And basically, the way my story goes is my king, whose name is Prometheus, becomes the king, even though he doesn't really want to be,
Mm-hmm.
because like his father,
Oh, inheritance.
yeah, his inherited, because his father had like an early death,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's like stuck in here, and he doesn't feel like he's ready for it, so he's like really incompetent and whatnot. So yeah, that's what happens.
So what is it?
that the
What's
whole thing, bro?
What's the core theme of the Green Kingdom?
Someone coming to terms with themselves, like I don't want to do this, but I have so many people relying on me. I need to do this kind of thing. Like
That reminds me of Gundam.
kind of I didn't ask for this, but it was given to me because I like really like that concept. Like,
Yeah, that's
people-
exactly what happens in Gundam. That's cool.
It's like,
I like that concept.
oh god, because like what's supposed to happen is Joseph's kingdom attacks my kingdom.
Y'all talked about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about
Actually, this is news to me.
What do
Well,
you mean this is news to you?
because like I knew we were gonna have some type of war, but I didn't know it was gonna be me and you
It's
specifically.
your fault.
yeah, it was.
I thought it was gonna be like
It's all
a.
of, I thought it was all.
I
of
thought
us
it
at
was
the
all of
war.
us. Yeah,
Mm,
all of
I know,
us.
but, like,
money
I think it
like
starts with
food.
us two, and then
Alright.
versus my king to be
God
like,
dang.
dang, I actually
So
need to put
hungry.
effort into being a king. I can't be laying around. Like my citizens get angry. Your citizens are also angry, so we have like
Right.
the similar conflict going on.
God, I'm so hungry.
And Kai, producer, can we get some burgers up in here? Better yet, bring some like entrees for this clown.
I have some,
Okay, are
some
you done?
popcorn for the circus.
I'm sorry, Dante. Please continue.
Some peanuts for the circus. So we have similar problems going on. So we like, you have. Are you okay, Stefan?
I wanted to ask you,
This shit
Dante. What are your?
ridiculous.
Wait. You was just about to say something.
Oh, go ahead.
Were you gonna ask me?
I was gonna ask you like, what are your core values and ideals of your kingdom?
What do you mean, like what the kingdom's based around?
Yeah, like the world building.
Mm-hmm.
Well, basically, there's been 6 kings before, and the kingdom has been prospering and like, it's been doing really good. Hasn't been in any wars. Like all the citizens are really kind of like happy, but like the king dies, and then like this man, stop doing this. Look at you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't feel your shoes.
Keep talking.
So he becomes king, and it kind of goes downhill.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine Venezuela, for example. Remember
Venezuela.
exactly when Gualdo, was that his name?
What are you guys talking about?
When he was elected,
His
how
kingdom.
everything went
Oh.
down.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what happened
Oh,
to my
Maduro.
kingdom.
Maduro.
Maduro, yeah.
Maduro.
Yeah, Maduro. When he was elected, everything kind of went down.
Oh, you're
It was
talking
a
about
coincidence,
Venezuela.
but-
Yeah, the Venezuelan crisis.
Yeah, that was a coincidence.
You made me think that
So,
was
but
his
people-
kingdom. That was
No.
wild.
No, he was talking about his
It
kingdom.
is
He
my
is talking
kingdom.
about his kingdom.
Because my king is
Maduro?
elected. No, my king is elected. Everything goes downhill.
Uh-huh.
And the citizens are like, hey, we've been doing really well for like the past 80 years. What's going on now? What's going on with this king? It's the king's fault. And then they get mad at him.
We put someone with no experience at the wheel, and we
Yeah.
can't we can't explain why we keep crashing.
Exactly. So that's like my core themes in the kingdom. Anyway, Joseph was talking about something before, like we had to cut him off so we could get to all of our kingdoms.
I was about to
Right.
talk about my kingdom. Yeah.
Oh.
I was wondering if
Oh.
we could like somehow have a way where our kingdoms clash both physically and in terms of ideals. Cause like
Oh.
I think it would have been cool if your kingdom was like happy, cheerful, and prospering, while my kingdom is like miserable and still prospering, but in a
sucks.
different way. So like we're both prospering, but in different ways that clashes with each other.
Like you're prospering, like wealthy.
Technologically.
Yeah, like
And mine's is prospering with like the happiness of
Yeah,
the people.
yeah, and
don't
spirituality.
Stefan, don't do that again. That scared me. I thought there was a little girl in here. That scared me.
But yeah, it would be cool to like have clashing kingdoms like that.
Or
And like we could
clashing
both grow.
ideologies.
We could both like grow from the war, the after the war. Or
So we're-
something.
So is it only you two going to be at war? Because I'm thinking
think-
like,
I think all of us should be at war
Yeah.
at some point of the story.
yeah,
Maybe, cause like, okay,
No,
I think I'm gonna go into my kingdom. You know,
It would be
Go ahead.
interesting.
unless
What if
oh, that's right.
I'm gonna bring up something like interesting. You go into your kingdom. What if Joseph's kingdom is the biggest and he attacks all of us?
that could make sense, seeing as how he's more technologically advanced than all of us.
Your
We'll
kingdom
have to
sounds like
discuss.
it's
We'll
full
have
of
to discuss
silly
why
people.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what are the
Uh,
reasons?
It
Oh,
seems
he
like your
texts your-
kingdom is a lot more silly when it comes to the concepts of like war, just because of how you treat your citizens already.
What do you mean?
Because like you treat your citizens as like workers first, don't you?
Y'all
Yeah, but how would
slaves.
it be silly?
Y'all
Because
slaves.
it's only silly because I'm just thinking about how you guys are like probably like war hungry, like your king. It sounds like it. It sounds like your king.
Oh,
would be
you
war-
gave like war hungry. You
Yeah.
touched on war hungry. Yeah, like my country, my kingdom is divided because like the internal conflict that's happening in my kingdom is a civil war that's brewing because the main character is trying to start a revolution against the tyrannical king. So though the people in the war, like when you think about war hungry, think about Alexander Hamilton
Mhm.
and how he was hungry for a revolution against the British because he wanted to be free. Think about that, and that's where half of my citizens are. They're war hungry. They're hungry for a better thing. Now the other war hungry, which would be attacking y'all three. The problem with that is that I would need a reason because if I don't have a concrete reason, then it's gonna sound silly if my country just randomly attacks you guys.
I have
Mhm.
ideas actually. I have a few ideas for the Black Kingdom. So start like after the three of us attack, that's when your revolution should start. Because I like feel like your revolution leader should be like, our king is fighting 3 different wars at one time. Now he is the weakest, so we can attack him now. He's the most
Ooh.
vulnerable now.
Yeah.
I feel like he could attack Stefan's kingdom because Stefan is the smallest and the newest kingdom, and he sees as like easy grub, easy grab.
Speaking of your kingdom,
Easy peasy.
can you should like go deep into your kingdom, like explain it.
Yeah, give us like the backstory in your
Okay.
of your kingdom.
Like okay for okay hi, my name is Stefan Collins.
And you're
Yeah.
on your phone.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the Outcasted.
Doing advertisement. Okay, so my kingdom is the Purple Kingdom, and like basically my whole story kind of like what was that? I like gave like a big background on my kingdom because like I was under the impression that like all of us were like starting from the bottom coming up, and then
Like
like
tribes?
yeah, like I can't read that right now. I'm talking. Anyway, like I thought we were all like starting from the bottom. I'm
Mhm.
trying to talk, bro. Y'all
Let
tripping.
him talk.
Sorry about that. Continue.
Clowns.
He can hear you swallow. That's what
I
he's
just
trying
follow.
to say.
I'm just surrounded by a circle.
Let's keep
bro.
going. Keep going.
Yeah.
So
Because your
what
concept,
yeah,
yeah.
but
so what your kingdom is doing is starting from like like not even beginning yet,
yeah,
like not even existing yet, and it's just building it up.
my kingdom right now is a village.
Oh, just
so
a
like
village?
yeah, so like basically the concept was that like okay, I was starting from the beginning telling the story of not the king but the king's mother first, and like talking about like her life and like why she treats her son the way she treats him. And the reason because I believe like my kingdom was I forgot her name, but like the
It
name
was
of the
Ingrid.
Ingrid. Thank you for remembering her name. Ingrid was trigger warning, I guess. Was raped.
Yeah.
But she was raped and the king well, you know the king's name, don't you? Do you know his name?
No.
Okay. All right. So well, I think it was
Edward. Or
Edward. Yeah, it was probably Edward. Edward was basically a baby conceived from rape. Yeah. And so like an unholy thing, but like she wanted to like get rid of this child. She wanted to like get rid of it really bad, but because of her religion, she wasn't able to do so. So basically she was forced to have this child that was a constant reminder of the worst pain she's ever felt.
That gives me an idea.
Uh-huh.
When you said religion, I was thinking like, yo, what if the Purple Kingdom is like, so the Blue Kingdom is like religion based, and the
Mhm.
Purple Kingdom started from Edward,
Yeah.
and how his mother was part of the Blue Kingdom, and therefore part of their religion.
Damn, bro, you just kidnapped my whole shit, bro. Like
That's what I'm thinking. Like basically the Blue
that
Kingdom.
could help with the story actually.
Yeah, the Blue Kingdom is like
Then like you guys can call
responsible-
me a traitor and
it's
shit.
responsible for the Purple Kingdom.
And like if I defeat your kingdom, you're responsible for your own defeat.
Okay, I got a
We're not
wild
gonna-
idea.
that would be
I got
fucking-
I got a
that'd be
wild
fire.
idea. So in terms of war, okay,
Uh-huh.
so what if your kingdom and your kingdom like
You gotta
I
be
was pointing I was
specific, you
pointing
can't
to
say-
Makai and Stefan, by the way, for the viewers. What if you
Viewers.
guys
Listeners.
what if Makai's Blue Kingdom is a trading port for you? Like,
I'm
what if you
so
guys
hungry.
trade goods? Like, since you're a developing kingdom,
Yeah.
Makai gives you guys the goods and stuff, but he also,
Inducts you into my religion.
yeah, he tries to do that, and like that causes conflict. And for the war to start, since we're trying to look for ideas on how to start this war, you could say that me and you kind of have a like our kingdoms kind of have a relationship because I give you I give you materials for free, and I don't try to and my king doesn't
For
try to.
free.
Not for actually,
That's the
actually not
worst trade
actually not for
deal.
free, not for free. We give y'all materials and in turn you give us our materials, and we don't try to put our
Taxes.
beliefs or
Oh,
taxes
beliefs.
on you guys.
Taxes.
And
boy.
when the war starts,
Uh-huh.
say there's conflict between you guys, and he's affiliated with Dante in some way. We'll probably talk about that. And it
Then I'll
could
get
be
back to
a
my
war
kingdom.
where it's me and the Purple Kingdom against you two, and then it could it could morph into, how could it morph? I'm not
Everyone
yeah.
dying.
Nuclear bomb.
Cause then
Maybe we can do we can pull like a Notre Dame, like where none of the characters matter, and what matters is the arc or structure of like all the buildings.
What?
What?
That's the true story of Notre Dame. Like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, really. Like none of the characters in that story mattered. What really mattered was the evolution of the Notre Dame building. That's why there's like at least 75 chapters talking about like the arc or structure and like why exactly it's beautiful and like exactly how it was conceived.
I never knew that. I never watched
Hunchback.
Or yeah, I never
I
watched
was
it.
talking about the book,
Or
because
this-
I
or
don't
read
think
the
like
book.
the movie went into that much detail about it.
The movie had a guy dying in it.
Yeah.
That's all I
I have,
remember.
I have another idea for like this thing.
Had a touchy-feely
if-
priest in it.
What if the Blue Kingdom and the Purple Kingdom were like really close with each other? Kind of like, I don't know, America and Britain probably.
Yeah.
Because like they together, they're really connected.
Tax time.
And then no taxes. And then the Black Kingdom comes in and he sees Purple Kingdom rising, and he's like, he sees the Purple Kingdom as an easy bait. Like, I can go over here, Purple Kingdom, they're really small. I could just grab them and absorb them. They become part of the Black Kingdom, easy peasy. So you go and attack them, and they're like, oh no, we're not having that. Then they call the Blue Kingdom for help.
Right.
Then the Blue Kingdom attacks you, and then you have to fight both of them at the same time.
It feels like we're recording a session of D&D.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys done? Because I want to go back into discussion about the Purple Kingdom because I didn't finish.
Oh
Got-
sure. Oh
You
you're
didn't
right.
finish?
Oh
Yeah, I
wow.
did it.
Oh, oof.
You guys conceived. You guys like tried to like start the war already before I even finished. But like, okay, so like, yeah, okay, dang dog. So basically, the whole war started. No, what?
So you were talking.
I was talking about
The
like
whole
the building
kingdom.
of the kingdom.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
So Edward was born out of like out of rape. And
yeah.
it was like horrible for like the mother, and she it was a constant reminder of like something, the worst night of her life, and she grew up hating Edward. But the thing is that like Edward he would have grown up like a hateful, spiteful person, because she barely ever showed him any form of affection or love. In fact, I could probably go one step further to say that she didn't show him any at all. And like the only reason he grew up to be like the happy-go-lucky person, and like that was willing to take a step out of himself to like free his village from the corruption of the mayor, was because he probably talked to the pastor, like one of the brothers at like his church. I hate you because you hijack my whole story with your religious stuff. But like, okay, like, but basically, he knew like one of the brothers from church, and like he basically talked to him, and like whenever his mom would kick him out for the night because she was mad or she was drunk and like taking his anger out on something, like the brother would open the church for him. The brother would like give him food and like, or like let him stay at like his house, or like in like his family's house, and like basically he slowly grew away from his mother and grew more attached to this church's family. And this is all just character building, getting up to like the point where he's like one day like at the start of like all your guys' conflicts on the same day, basically. Um, he's sitting with his friends at a bar, and like they're talking about like the true corruption in the kingdom, and Edward finally like voices his displeasure with it, and he decides to start his own political party, and basically he gets like most of the village involved. He gets most of the village involved in like getting everybody to together and stuff, getting everybody riled up, and like he becomes like he becomes this revolutionary, this person who speaks out against all of the negativity and like all the corruption and the broken rules and system, and people start like thinking like he starts thinking like bigger than himself. He like starts thinking, maybe we should like make our little village into something greater. He thinking about expanding, and I think that's probably where we're gonna start talking with each other, and like you're gonna be helping us like slowly build our kingdom, and like yeah, I think Edward's gonna be try to be like one of the most charismatic people, and like whenever like the war breaks out, that's gonna be like the real test of his character.
Okay, guys, we should start wrapping up now because we're running out of time.
Oh man, we barely even got to any news this week.
I mean, we did. We got into music news.
Yeah, which y'all guys didn't like talk about. Y'all just let me talk about. It's like, thanks, Stefan. So
You should wrap up now.
yeah, I should wrap. Okay. let me get one of my bar heavy albums.
Are you actually gonna rap now?
Sure, bro.
Oh,
All right. Requested by Ma.
By the way,
bartender.
The Four Kingdoms is a book that we're working on, and we might publish it in the
Four
future.
Kingdoms?
Kingdom
Kingdom
Come.
Come.
Oh, the Kingdom Come. Sorry, Kingdom Come.
What's the name? What's Four Kingdoms?
I don't know.
I don't know, but
'Cause you have Four
the
Kingdoms.
Kingdom Come.
Also-
Yeah, because we have Four Kingdoms.
Also, I'm plugging our YouTube. This is on YouTube. I'm plugging our Twitter and our Instagram. We have an Instagram and a Twitter. You can follow us.
yeah, it will be
Instagram
in the
is-
description.
tsts.live. And the Twitter, I'm pretty sure, is tistis live.
All
Yeah.
right. So we're gonna wrap up with me rapping, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead and wrap it and we'll say bye-bye.
Okay. I'm gonna. Should I rap like the "What's on Your Mind" track that it has the chorus of "I hate myself"?
Is there any happier tracks?
No. Not as of right now. That's that's one of the fully fledged songs. Is that, or I can talk about I can do the other track with my grandma dying.
Just rap that one.
Let's do this one.
Try to do one with the courses. I hate myself. Everyone.
I
Oh,
feel
no,
like
bro.
a waste of space.
I feel like a waste of space.
You could place that through one of our mics and you could rap on yours.
Sure. Sure.
Are you gonna sing along?
I hate myself. I hate myself. Hate myself. I hate myself. I hate myself. Hate myself. Hate. I hate that I'm like this. I know that I'm violent, but I just stay quiet. I'm better off silent. Ugh. I cry too loud at night. I think I woke my mom about once or twice. I'm a young Tyler inspired lyricist for hire, writing like poetry, singing hymns for the ravens. It's that dirt that I'm craving. Preferably would like to be 6 feet under. I stumble my way through life, hoping someone will catch me before I fall further from grace than I already am. I don't fuck with no one no more. Social interactions leaves me so very sore. I wish I was soaring away from all this. Been down on my luck, searching for clovers, but God is a sadist. He'll watch me die slowly. That nigga's got patience. I'll never be famous. My mama don't like me. My brother does all in his power to spite me. Ain't smiling about a month or 4. Life just shakes me to my very core. And then the therapist talks to me. And then I hate myself. I promise I'll kill myself. News hidden on that shelf. I hate myself. I promise I'll kill myself. News hidden on that shelf. I hate that I'm like this. I know where they'll put me, right in an asylum. I'm better off silent. Ugh. I cried too loud at night. All these flashing lights are just a little bright. Every night this week I prayed to die in my sleep without a whimper or peep. No time for peaceful somber melodies as last ditch of ecstasy. Just abrupt toss into lights. This is my grim dark fantasy. In the end I won't pout, I won't scream, I won't shout, cause I know I deserve this. I'm being earnest. All I ask is for death's last kiss goodnight. And when I rest I hope the fucking bugs will bite. I hope it stings. I want the worst that you can go on and strip me of any charm or body arm amongst the flames. I'll be your I want the wounds to cut deep, for it's only the scars in which I want to keep to remind me of the scum I am. Make me walk through slime and scum, just so you can tell me I'm a waste to come. Yeah.
All right, Stefan.
Yo, that was amazing.
Um,
Hopefully next
alright.
week or whatever the next time we podcast, you can find a more positive song. That was amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Alright,
was
the
guys.
next track on the album is about to be more
Yo,
positive, actually.
are you alright?
Yeah, are you
Yeah,
alright?
we're well.
If you could,
You wanna
if you
hug?
need something
Oh
to
my
talk
God.
about,
Alright, guys.
we're here for
All
you.
right. So,
All right, thank you
okay.
everyone for
thank you
listening
for
to
watching. Yeah.
If you made
Yeah,
it,
he
this-
should.
Guys,
Yeah.
guys, really. We a sideshow. All right, so thank you guys for listening to the Outcasted. Tune in probably next week, probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We're not sure. We'll try to make it next week.
Yeah.
if you listen to this podcast fully and you made it here, please comment smiles. We love you.
Yeah. Make sure you like, subscribe, or dislike.
Please,
Either
I'm
one
very
is good.
depressed, and I think I might not make it.
Thank you for
Make
for
sure you guys
listening.
leave a
I'm
comment.
so very hungry.
If there's like less, if there's like, we might read the comments next time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and again, guys, just one more plug. If you guys want to check out if you guys want for us to read any of your emails on podcast, our email is
You can just leave a
Yeah.
for
comment
right
at
now
this
it's
point.
it's
It will-
tis
it will
tis
be-
live
It will be in the
at
description.
gmail.com.
Yeah, it will be in
Again,
the
that's
description.
tis live at gmail.com.
.com.
Leave a comment saying what you liked.
All right.
Actually, we'll just read your comments. You don't have to send us an email.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Maybe
yeah,
put
just,
in the
yeah, just
emails,
put
I
it in
guess.
comment.
Yeah, because that's archaic anyway. So, thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next
Next
time.
time.
Sayonara.
See ya.